Why purpose, not passion, should guide your professional life. Purpose, not passion. So I agree with that. To a point, you should definitely have a purpose in life. No question. But the implication here is that it says it should guide your profession. Well, what if my purpose isn't my profession, but a family and kids? And so I have a profession so that I can pursue my purpose, but it's not my purpose. Right? They don't want you to have a purpose of a family and kids and all that. You'd be too invested. Having kids, having a wife, having kids, you would be too invested in a purpose that would lead you to certain views, to certain values that are antithetical to the message, right? I mean, you have kids, you care how the country's going to end up, right? Because you've got kids, so you have to be worried about the world that they're going to grow up in, and so you might want that world to be a better place, and you might want your kids to be able to make a good living, a decent living, get a good education, not be discriminated against, not be treated like second-class citizens. And if you're whitey, well, you've got to have a lot of concerns about how the country is now and where it's going. And those concerns are going to be amplified if you have kids and want them to grow up in a better world. So you might actually do something to go against that narrative, to go against the message. Yeah, they don't like that. So just don't have kids and just focus on your career, right? And then you're less likely to fight to change things for the better. Of course, the better, that's all relative, and it's the person in power who decides what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil, right? There is no such thing as objectively right or wrong morals or values or virtues, right? It's just whoever has the power. Yeah, it's all about power dynamics, right, lefties? Yeah. No such thing as objective reality. Summary? Oh, I need a summary, do I? Okay. I need it cribbed for me before I read this. Okay. Though many people make the pursuit of happiness their life's goal. Oh, this summary is really the entirety of the message. They want to front load into your brain and for you to use to be your guide to life, because they figure you're too stupid to get this message from reading the entire story, or they have their doubts. So we better just front load it right from the get-go so people interpret this story correctly, because they're too dumb to interpret it correctly without our help, right? Yeah. Because you don't teach people how to think critically or for themselves. You need to do the critical thinking for them, right? The Harvard Business Review. Though many people make the pursuit of happiness their life's goal, that's a bad idea, by the way. That's right, but they believe it's the wrong goal for different reasons. They don't want you to be happy at all or even care if you're happy. Recent research suggests that doing so may backfire and ironically lead to less happiness. That's true, but for different reasons than they are going to allude to or outright claim. Because life is filled with various challenges, people may be better off pursuing purpose than chasing passion, building the resilience and character needed to thrive. However, neither of these things leads to happiness, because chasing goals, chasing dreams, and making your happiness contingent upon reaching those goals or dreams actually is not how you achieve happiness. They're saying that it is, but you should forgo trying to be happy by doing this, and this being chasing a passion, and instead chase a purpose, which may not lead to happiness, but of course will be more fulfilling. Yeah, both are wrong. In regards to finding happiness. Building the resilience and character needed to thrive. Uncovering our unique vocations. What are you teaching lesbian dance theory for, or feminist gender studies for, if you care about a vocation? Because that ain't no vocation. Anyway, ascend where your work meets your life. Whatever. Yeah, nice catchphrase. We've all heard this before. To change the world, we need to use our passion as our North Star. Disagree? Well, not necessarily. I mean, everybody can have passions, but they shouldn't necessarily try to pursue those passions as their careers, because some of our passions can't make money Some of our passions don't have a market, you know. Some of our passions have no scalability at all, and nobody's going to pay for us to pursue them. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't pursue our passions. We just pursue them outside of work. Apparently, they don't even want you to do that. Yeah, God forbid. And let our happiness be the measuring stick of our success. But as I've worked with thousands of emerging leaders, yeah, because everybody can be a leader, right? Established executives and students around the world, I've come to realize that the advice is wrong. Happiness is not the goal of our human existence. Right. Goals, achievements, dreams, aspirations are different for everybody. You know what's the same? The journey. We all go on a journey to achieve that end destination. And it's that journey that brings the happiness. And we're all on journeys. And while the thing that we are trying to achieve, the goal we are trying to reach is different, that we are all on a journey to achieve that goal, which is the destination, is equally the same for all of us who are chasing a goal, a dream, an aspiration. Okay, making happiness the goal of our lives is tantamount to embarking on a fool's errand that is sure to leave us disappointed. Correct. In fact, recent research suggests that making happiness our life's goal may, ironically, lead to less happiness and backfire in harmful ways. Correct, but I want to see what they mean by backfire in harmful ways. I bet there might be different backfires, different consequences, different unintended consequences than actually occur. Let's see. Character is forged in the face of adversity. Correct, but that doesn't... Of course, right. Don't worry that your life has way more adversity and way less meaning than your father and grandfather's lives did. Slave away endlessly like a good stoic worm that you are, and take all of the adversity we throw at you, no matter how avoidable it might be. You'll be a better useful idiot for it. There are no shortcuts, and when that harsh reality sets in, it can leave happiness seekers feeling hoodwinked, empty, and rudderless. Right, I agree, because it is a lie that achieving your goals and your dreams and your aspirations will bring you happiness. That's not how it works. The very adversity we often wish to circumnavigate has the potential to produce within us the grit, resilience, and character we need to flourish as human beings in an era in which machines are rapidly replacing humans throughout the global economy. Adversity does breed strength. That is true. No question. And it can leave a happiness seeker feeling hoodwinked, empty, and rudderless. Correct, but only because that's not how you achieve happiness. Again, living in the moment and focusing on the now and the journey that we're all on is how you achieve happiness. This push for purpose at work is not made solely on moral or theological grounds. Modern research also has shown that people who pursued meaning in life not only live longer, but also experience improved physical and mental health. Yeah, meaning is a good thing to have, no question. But that also does not bring happiness, all right? So you're miserable, but you find meaning. Isn't there some middle ground? Like, are these mutually exclusive? If you want happiness, you're not going to have meaning. But if you want meaning, you can't have happiness? What the hell are you talking about? It seems implied here. The implication is that you can only have one or the other. You can't have both. That's total complete crap. What nonsense. Of course, they want you to believe that because if you actually did the things that would really, honestly and truly make you happy, you would be more likely to also do things that might make you question, push back against the message. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Modern research, people who pursue meaning not only live longer, but also experience improved physical and mental health, greater economic prosperity, which does not equate to happiness, and resilience when dealing with change in life. Yeah. And of course, if we put our lives in the hands of the global elites who want us to own nothing to be happy, we will be subject to their whims and fancies. So better get used to change. Individuals and companies benefit when people come to work every day motivated by a sense of calling. Happiness then is not the goal, but rather a byproduct of living on what I call the purpose path. No, it's not. It's not. Okay, absolutely it's not. Because that means that your happiness is contingent upon achieving that said purpose, right? This requires vocational courage, gaining clarity about the work you were made to do and committing to it no matter what. This is more than simply attending to one's passions. This is discovering and acting on one's reason for being. But the reason for being is different for everybody. And I thought you just said that you were... Wait. Again, we have an is-ought dichotomy here, which is a logical fallacy. They're telling you that your work can't be your passion, which isn't always true, and that if you have work, you don't have a passion, right? You should be focusing on your work, not your passions. What about focusing on my passions when I'm not working? Couldn't my passions be my focus? I got to make my work my purpose now? You absolutely must. We got to maximize productivity because we're using socialism/communism to gain ever more power. So less and less goods and services are going to be produced until we get our grip, our stranglehold on the people. And get rid of those pesky things like freedom of speech and the Second Amendment and all that. But until we do, we got to maximize productivity, yo. So you got to make your work your work needs to become your purpose in life. Why does my work have to be my purpose, by the way? And why are you... It's so interesting. So interesting, the language here. As the author Parker Palmer puts it, vocation is not a goal to be achieved. It is a gift to be received. So, me finding a vocation and focusing all my time and energy and purpose on that, instead of on, say, a family, is a gift? Sounds like socialist mumbo-jumbo crapola. This sounds like to me. Sometimes purpose is revealed in the aftermath. By the way, this also sounds like a lot of sophistry. Revealed in the aftermath of unimaginably painful experiences. Okay, do tell. Other times that it's disguised as seemingly intractable human or societal problems. See, I called it. That you can't not devote your life to trying to solve. Yes, because the problems of others and the collective, which doesn't exist, yeah, those outweigh your wants, needs, desires, passions, concerns, because the good of the many outweighs the good of the few or the one. Total bullshit! Star Trek mumbo-jumbo crap! Star Trek, by the way, if you never realized it was a socialist utopia nonsense. Replicators, get the hell out of here. Totally impossible technology. For instance, Carmita Seaman, a Michigan-trained chemical engineer turned social entrepreneur. See, I called it. This all sounds like another way of trying to spin that positive altruism BS that Sam Bankman-Fried was pushing. What was that called? There's no such thing as effective altruism. It's totally, completely ineffective. It's very effective at creating a lot of leeches and mooches off of the social welfare safety net. That's all it's good at. Yeah. It's good at enabling parasites. That's about it. That's what it's effective at. Yeah. Michigan-trained chemical engineer turned social entrepreneur saw a problem that she was drawn to solve. The lack of decision makers, leaders of color. See, I called it. I called it. This is all about pushing socialism. It's just a more clever, sophisticated, nuanced way, trying to, stealth, front-load it into the minds of brain-dead lefty idiots, preaching to the choir there, or moderates that might read this, fence-sitters who haven't chosen a side yet. After a stint at Procter & Gamble and earning a Kellogg MBA. Ooh. She transitioned from corporate life into public education and ultimately launched the Surge Institute in 2014. In just 5 years, Surge and its fellowship alumni are at the vanguard of education reform, probably pushing equity, diversion, and inclusion, and all that other nonsense. Equity. Yeah, influencing school districts, think tanks. All think tanks are bastions of lefty groupthink to push socialism, communism. All right, and education nonprofits across the country. It's all started with one person driven by a sense of calling. Calling, yeah, sense of calling. Sounds like a passion to me. So it doesn't seem like they're against passion. It's just they're against passion that doesn't benefit them, that doesn't benefit others, that's not altruistic in nature. How much more is there? Not much. This is the essence of vocational courage. A lot of buzzwords. It is recognizing when there is a gap between what you're doing, okay, and what you believe you're made to do. Wouldn't that be a passion? What? There is a gap between what you are doing and what you believe you're made to be doing. Well, which one is the one I should be doing? The thing I believe I'm made to be doing, which should be the passion, or that I'm doing now, which you think should be my purpose? Well, what if what I'm doing now is both my purpose and my passion? Doesn't that make your idea about chasing passion over purpose wrong? Yeah, but this was written by a lefty, so it's an either-or, false dichotomy all the way. There is no middle ground, there is no moderation, no temperance, no middle ground of any kind. For some, it may mean switching between companies to work for a more purpose-driven brand. Purpose-driven brand. Okay, so now we're back to purpose over passion. What do you mean purpose-driven brand? Well, I thought all brands, their purpose was to make money. Now it's not to make money? I see. So they already has given itself away. This article was written for lefties, by lefties, to front load new programming for the useful idiots that are already on their side, and to indoctrinate those fence-sitters who have yet to choose a side, who haven't made up their minds yet about which way they're going to go in life. Yeah. Oh, brands and business aren't for profit. It's to push the message. Oh, yeah. Purpose-driven brand. That's all I needed to hear to know who wrote this and what their goals are. For some, it may mean going back to school to prepare for a different line of work altogether. A line of work that I'm sure you would say has to serve or benefit others in some collective way. It is having the bravery to pivot in a different direction when your soul knows it's time. What is this? This is a lot of very passionate mumbo-jumbo, sophistry, emotional talk for people who are claiming to be more rational and reasonable and to pursue purpose over passion. Pushing a lot of passion here to get people to go your way when your soul demands that you live with what Parker Palmer calls an undivided life. I don't know what that means. Oh, I think I see what they're trying to say. Don't have a purpose and a passion. You're dividing your abilities. You're dividing your focus. Just find a purpose, which will tell you what that is, and then pursue it wholeheartedly with all your energy 16 hours a day and don't have a passion. What the hell am I alive for? To make other people's lives better. Do they have the same kind of concern for my life? No! They'll suck you dry until you're a worn-out, empty husk. Yeah. Meanwhile, those people have lots of passions. Yeah. They're sensitive artistes. I know firsthand that this is not a trivial pursuit. What's not a trivial pursuit? What the hell are you talking about? This whole article's all over the place. It's not grounded in any facts. It's not grounded in any particular pursuit. You're not being very specific about anything. It's just lots of feel-good mumbo-jumbo buzzwords. As a business school professor and pastor of what? Satanism? Well, it might be easier to Satanists would be telling you to pursue your passions 100%. No, you're a socialist, you're a communist, you're a Marxist. Okay, a Marxist pastor. Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense to a certain extent, I guess. Yeah. While it might be easy to compartmentalize, I believe it is better for all if I bring my whole authentic self to every situation. I don't know what that means, your whole authentic... Oh, yeah. Don't pursue passions. You need to work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, pursuing your purpose, and your purpose must in some way benefit others and be somehow productive, because we're encouraging ever more useless, idiot, layabout schlubs to do nothing and leech off the system. Oh, we got to get as many people as possible that don't want to be mooches to maximize their productivity. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I believe it's better to bring my whole authentic self to every situation, whether it's to the classroom, boardroom, or pulpit. Yeah. Even the research has shown that authenticity can come with risks. I don't know what you're talking about, especially for people of color and women. What risks are they facing? They got quotas. They got affirmative action. They got the government and academia and the media running interference for them constantly and pushing narratives and agendas that benefit them. What risks are they taking? They live life on easy mode, these people. My commitment to being whole demands that I not toggle back and forth like a chameleon between working your ass off for other people and your passions, you mean. So this entire article is about altruism, self-sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself to the whims, the will, the need of others, and don't worry about yourself and the things that you love and enjoy. And also don't worry about being happy. You need to forgo happiness, because as a slave to the wants, needs, and desires of others, you'll never be happy. But that's okay, because you're a more virtuous person, a more valuable person. You're a better person for foregoing concern for yourself and your life and your happiness. Yeah. So now it's a virtue to enslave yourself to the needs of others. So of course, that's what altruism ultimately teaches, right? Of course, it never works out. Quite so well, now does it? Certainly not for the person who's sacrificing. All right, anyway, each of us has a vocation. Right, a vocation. Yeah. Vocation, yeah. A unique, worthwhile life's work we are called to undertake. Yeah, and how dare we interfere with that work by pursuing passions of any kind in this moment in human history. So instead of orienting our lives around our passions, they're not mutually exclusive. But am I allowed to have passions? Only if it doesn't interfere with your self-sacrifice and pursuing vocations that are very hard work, by the way. Vocations that produce so that others can benefit, so long as it doesn't interfere with that. Meanwhile, maximize all your time and effort and don't split or divide yourself in any way, shape, or form. No division. So, dedicate all my time to my vocation and sacrifice my passions. And happiness. Yeah, because happiness is overrated. Yeah. Let's commit ourselves to listening for the voice of our vocation. Yeah. I guess your vocation is grifting. Convincing people to sacrifice their own well-being and happiness. So we can understand who we should become. Yeah, and of course you're going to tell us who that person should be, right? What do you mean should become? And who the hell gets to decide that? You, Pastor? Nicholas Pierce? Pinhead? Yeah. So let other people tell you what you need to do with your life and live your life for other people. Don't live it for yourself. And forgo happiness, because you're not going to be happy being a slave to others, but that's okay because it's virtuous and right and correct and how you should be. Great. Oh, and how we can contribute to human flourishing. See, socialist language, commie, Paco, socialist language. It just might change the world for the good. Yeah, it's my concern to make the rest of the world a better place. Being concerned about my life and my well-being is just selfish and wrong and evil, and you shouldn't live for yourself. You should live for others. That's altruism. That's what's led to the deaths of 100 million people plus worldwide in the past 100 years in countries that have pushed this self-sacrificing ideology. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It never will work. It's a death cult. That's all it's going to lead to. More death, more suffering. It's not going to lead to any human flourishing except for maybe the top 1% who are pushing this crap because they want to tell us all how to live our lives. So there you go. There you go. Harvard Business Review. Harvard pushing communism, pushing Marxism, finding new ways to weasel word it into your head, to stealth front load it into your brain so you will follow, believe in their evil, world-ending death cult ideology. So there you go. Let me know what you think of Harvard's view on how you ought to live your life. Is this a good way to view the world? Should you live your life by this ideology instead of by, sound, reasonable, philosophical principles that will allow you to accurately tell truth from fiction, to essentially use philosophy to understand the truth of what's happening around you? Is it better to follow this kind of ideology? Is it better to follow Marxism, communism, socialism, effective altruism that is in no way, shape, or form effective, except that increasing unhappiness and suffering in the world? Let me know what you think in the comment section about this BS. And please like and subscribe to my BitChute channel and my Rumble channels. You'll find the, names that I go by on those channels above. Also, like and subscribe to me here on YouTube. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and take care.